Hey there guys, Luke here with the Outdoor Gear Review. Thanks for tuning in. Today for this episode, I'm going to show you guys the loadout that I'm going to be using on our next day hike. And for this day hike, we're going to be traveling from 3,500 feet up to 6,000 feet. The temperatures at 3,500 feet are supposed to be about 45 degrees. And as we go up, it's going to get colder. So definitely in the 30s up top. So I'm going to show you guys the loadout, the gear that I'm going to carry, and some of the clothing that I'm going to be wearing. So guys, get comfortable and we'll go ahead and get started. Now the purpose of this trip is of course to have a great time. But also I want to show you guys the type of loadout, the type of equipment, and the type of clothing to wear for the 3rd to 4th season. You know, when it comes to hiking in these sort of conditions, you really have to be diligent. You really have to make sure that you have the right stuff. Because, you know, it really can be your life on the line. We're going to have a great time. I'm going to show you guys some absolutely amazing scenery, some incredible views. I tell you what, it's going to be awesome. I'm also going to be showing you guys a plane wreck. There was a fatality. I'll tell you more about that in the actual video itself. You know, we're going to be talking about some ladders and some cables. I mean, it's going to be pretty dang awesome. I think you guys will enjoy it. Now, as you guys can see here, I have the awesome FILBE assault pack. You guys on Facebook have requested that I use some sort of military surplus item, so that will be our ticket for this trip. This is a great pack. It's really comfortable and it really fits tight and close to the body, which I really like. As you can see here, I have an insulated hose with a bladder inside. I'll show you that, guys, here in a second. So first off, guys, we'll just talk about the gear mainly, and then we'll move to the clothing last. Here in this top pocket, I will have a nice good pair of wool gloves. Check these out. These are pretty sweet. These are mammoth gloves. A little bit of leather here on some of the fingers, on the palms. That will work nicely because we have a lot of ladders and a lot of metal cables to hold on to. So we'll have those. We'll also have a nice beanie because it's definitely going to be cold. It's definitely going to be windy up there. Of course, we'll have batteries and memory cards. We'll have our food bag, coffee, snacks, all that good stuff. And of course, I think I'll probably put a sandwich in here, something real easy to eat on the trail. We have our miscellaneous kit, toilet paper, first aid kit. We have some lights, a headlamp, and so on. You always have to be prepared. You might have to spend the night out there for some unknown reason, so you better have your gear that you may need just in case. Of course, we have our trusty fire kit. We have a lighter, we have a ferro rod, we have a piece of trioxane and some magnesium shavings. Again, just in case if we get stuck up there, fire will be the ticket to staying warm. Now, moving to the inside of the pack. We don't have a whole lot in there. I do have a seal tarp 1 just in case I have to have some sort of shelter. If it starts to rain, if we get stuck up there, this is very important. I will also be carrying my crux stove, and what I have here is just the cup portion, the canister of fuel, and the little stove itself. You know, definitely when I'm on top of this mountain, I'm going to enjoy the views with a cup of coffee, no doubt about it. And of course, the next piece will be our 3 liters of water in a military version of a camelback antidote bladder. It has the insulated tube, just in case it happens to be freezing up there, which I think will be fine, but it's better to have it than not. Here is our GPS unit. This is the Garmin GPS Map 62 STC. Yes, it is very expensive, but it is also one of the very best GPS units out on the market. When you absolutely have to have the best, the strongest, best signal, this is it. We will be just taking a regular knife with us. This is just a Kershaw blade. This is a very good knife, very sharp, fairly lightweight, perfect for the type of trip that we're going to be going on. Just in case that we run out of water and we have to fill up, I do have some Aquamira drops, which I will use and put these directly into my hydration bladder once we have water in it, once we mix it and all that good stuff. With these Aquamira drops, you can, you know, let them activate and then put them in a hydration bladder. And if I need to, that's what I'm going to do. One thing that I noticed that I forgot to actually put into this pack is some cordage. I will put probably some 550 cord in there just in case that I need to string up my tarp, just in case I need to make some sort of shelter, something like that. Definitely want to have some cordage because it always comes in handy. So later on tonight, I will definitely put that in there. So moving on to the clothing aspect. Now, you guys already saw my beanie, you saw my wool gloves. Those will do a good job of keeping us warm as we're climbing up in elevation. I will be using this CoolMax thermal shirt as a base layer. I may have some sort of t-shirt on underneath this. Of course, none of my clothing is cotton. Anytime that you're out and about hiking around, you do not want to wear cotton. Cotton's a killer. It absorbs moisture. It retains no heat factor. It doesn't wick moisture away. It's a killer. So definitely, especially if you're going to be in a cold environment, you do not want to wear cotton. Then it goes to the pants. Let me show you these guys. These are pretty dang awesome pants right here. These are Marmot Scree pants. Olive drab in color. And just to show you some of this material, it's very stretchy, it's highly water resistant, highly windproof, and that's because it is a soft shell material. Just like a soft shell jacket, these are soft shell pants. Moving down to the shoes and socks, the first pair of socks that I'll be wearing is actually a liner. Now the purpose of a liner, a sock liner, is to pull moisture away from your foot, and that will help you stay warmer. The outside layer, the actual sock itself, will be a wool wigwam sock. Very, very awesome, very, very warm. They breathe well, and also as they get damp, if they get wet, they retain their ability to keep you warm. So very, very important indeed. Now the shoes, I'm not entirely sure what I will be going with. Probably a pair of Timberland boots. They fit well. They are also waterproof. The final piece of equipment will be the jacket, the coat that I choose, and I haven't actually got around to picking that yet, but I will make sure to show it to you guys once we go out on the trail and we make this video. You will want it to be moisture resistant. You will want it to be wind resistant or windproof. Definitely, definitely important. It does not have to have an insulation factor to it because you'll have all these additional layers. Now see, that brings us to our next point. When you're going up in elevation, especially if it's steep, you're going to begin to get warm, you're going to get hot. So, you may not want to take off your windbreaking layer, because you're getting warm. It's all about layers. You need to be able to put on what you need and take off what you don't at a moment's notice. Because you definitely don't want to be hiking and sweating your brains out. Because, if it's going to be cold, that could lead to hypothermia. Alright guys, so basically that's pretty much it. I've shown you guys the gear that I'm going to take, the pack, I've shown you the GPS, the solution for water, I've shown you some of my clothing, and I'll make the final decisions on that later tonight. And of course, I'll show you guys those decisions in the actual video. So if anybody has any questions for me, please feel free to drop me a line and let me know. Currently, YouTube is having some issues with the comment section because they're trying to integrate that into Google+. Not a great idea, doesn't seem to be functioning very well, but it is what it is. So you guys can definitely drop a comment below, and if I'm able to, I will reply. That is kind of a problem right now. It's kind of breaking the replying ability. But of course, you guys can check out our website, theoutdoorgearreview.com, or our Facebook page. You guys can post comments, either one of those, and I'll definitely be able to reply. So there you go. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys around. Until next time.